What's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling Talk Radio. I'm your host, Big Keys, for anything and everything in wrestling. We're gonna get started today. Basically, just a little dedication. Just a little overview in regards to today. Today's it's been an emotional day for me. I've been dealing with a lot, but today is the 11-year anniversary of the passing of my father. And I wanted to do something special for him, man. Not going to go too much into it and everything because I don't want to take too much of the show's time in regards to my father and everything. But everybody who knew my father, who had a chance to meet him, know the man was a great man, great father, and he is dearly missed up there. Pops, I miss you, bro. We had a drink in your honor earlier today. And hey, I love you, Dad, and everything. I hope I'm making you proud. I made a promise that I was gonna take care of Moms until she passed. So I know she up there driving you crazy. I know she's up there telling you to turn the TV down and everything like that. But hey, I miss you, Dad. But I just want to do a little something special. You see this in wrestling, and I figure it's a wrestling show. What better way to do this than just a simple 10 bell salutes to my pops to honor his memory, and then after that, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, rest in peace, Pops. Love you. This show was dedicated in your honor, so we're definitely gonna do it. We're gonna definitely do this for you, Pops. But I thank y'all for that moment for my Pops. But welcome to another episode of Wrestling Talk Radio. We're doing something special tonight. It was supposed to be done a long time ago, and I apologize in advance for not doing this sooner. But hey, life has been happening. But before we get started, a couple of shout outs I want to give. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel that we're on right now, so that way y'all can get likes to when we go live and when I post content to the page. Also, make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I keep everything updated with the latest and greatest in wrestling. Not too much Twitter, X, but more Facebook, Instagram. But appreciate all the love that y'all giving me in regards to the page. Also, shout out to my boys, the Two Fat Guys podcast. I know I've been away, guys. I apologize. And I promise y'all, I promise, I'm going to get up on the show one day. But I sincerely apologize. But shout out to the Two Fat Guys podcast. They also talk wrestling, Marvel, all that. Also, shout out to my boy, Sean. Sean is supposed to be joining us later. He has something to do, but he will be joining us later. Sean is the founder of Your Boxing Fix. So if you're a huge boxing fan and love anything and everything about boxing, tune into him. He has a Instagram page, Your Boxing Fix. I think he's on YouTube as well. He'll give you more information when he comes up on the show. But he was on the show last time. We definitely told him he had to come back. So, Sean, definitely, if you get time tonight, come through. I sent you the invite. Come through and kick it with us, man. Definitely appreciate that. And one more thing, shout out to my boy Fuego Beats. He wanted me to do a couple of things. He's working on a couple of things. What the Fuego was something we did a couple years ago on his show. We're bringing it back. I'm actually supposed to be on the show coming up very soon. Don't know when, but we're still working on that. Also, shout out to Beyond Walking Realm. Beyond Walking Realm is basically it's a new partner. They're focused on gaming and just general discussion about pop culture and also mental health. Shout out to them as well. I'll be giving you more information in regards to them as well. So shout out to them. But hey, we're going to get started here. So, long time ago, I bet a bet. And the bet was on a superstar who is no longer with us. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. And I promised a certain someone that if he did come back, I promised him that he was going to host an episode of Wrestling Talk Radio. So without further ado, I'm going to let him take over. So you're going to probably hear more of him tonight than you will me. So main event Lucas. I like that name because it's the main event right now. So Lucas, the floor is yours, brother. Is he?
Don't worry. I got it. The host has it. All right. I got it under control. Welcome everyone to another episode of Wrestling Talk Radio. I am the voluntary host for the night. Joining us, gracing us with his presence, we have Seamus. How you doing, Rick?
I'm good. It's good to see a contractually obligated host for once in our lives. It's good to be here. Yeah, glad to be back. Two shows in a row. It's got to be a land speed record for old Rick Lesnar over here.
You did say in the group chat that you were going to be on a more strict schedule. You know, the man's over here saving the world one day at a time. The only thing he's not saving is these hoes, which is a good thing. We have Keese, the normal host of the show, my fellow Ohio State Buckeye fan, national champs, by the way, bitches. Unmute yourself, stupid.
There we go. Sorry. OH.
IO, baby. Say hello to the people.
Yes, sir. Hello, people. Y'all know I'm the regular host, but special guest host today, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
And don't make bets you can't, can't cash next time. And then last but not very least, my boy, Christopher Mormon. Say hi to the people, Chris, a.k.a. Kendrick Reigns.
This is going to be an exciting show.
Good. I hope you're
Lucas
excited.
is fucking the host. And Ricky, stop acting like you ain't out saving the world 1/8 at a time for whooping somebody's ass.
Right.
You know you're Batman. Stop. No, it's okay. Everybody knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. I don't want to hear it. They know.
Cap is watching, so he knows. Cap is watching.
We all know. You know, this is the same guy that break an arm over a 3-5. So.
Now hold on. That one was deserved. I don't want to hear it.
You do break arms over over an eighth of weed.
Look, if it's not a half ounce, then you're out of pocket there, my buddy. Anyway,
this is wild.
We just had a very exciting Royal Rumble happen a week and a half ago. Now, I would like to say, Chris and I were very fortunate to attend the event ourselves. So Chris and I are going to give our thoughts first before the other two bozos above us. I said above us. And Chris, what were your thoughts on the weekend in Indianapolis? Tell us everything.
Well, I'm glad you asked, main event Lucas. You know, I would like to, say my piece on it. Ricky, you were missed. There was a lot of marijuana going around that weekend. A lot of it.
He was invited too.
You were invited.
I told him 2 months prior.
There was a lot. Your eyes would have been red as the devil's dick. You would have been extreme. You thought you was high in St. Louis. Oh shit! It would have been nothing compared to Indianapolis.
By the way, this is a fact that Ricky's eyes were indeed redder than his hair in St. Louis.
It really was. So, Ricky, you were definitely missed. We did say you would have definitely been there, but you had world to save, so we understand. We thought maybe you were going to fly the Batwing out there, but never mind. That's neither here nor there.
I was expecting him to fly in out of nowhere. I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. I thought he was going to text us like, hey, man, I'm here. Where you guys at? Roll up. But But Ricky disappointed us. So
I've already managed to look really, really cool and like an asshole in 5 minutes. I don't know how you both managed to do that.
It's not my fault you saved the world.
Somebody has to.
PTO on Batman. Batman don't get PTO.
Thanks.
But anyways, enough of that. Enough of giving Ricky shit. Keish, you were missed too. But we going to get you on that plane to come to an event. We're going to get you on that plane. We know you wouldn't have smoked, but you would have had a really, really great time. You would have had a really great time.
Especially when we hit the convention center. Ooh-wee.
When we hit the convention center. Keith, I gotta put you in on this. You and I are the oldest in this group. Lucas will tell you the nostalgia had at WrestleCon. Well, I can't speak for Lucas. Lucas had it, but for me, the nostalgia that I experienced at WrestleCon, man, it was emotional. It was emotional for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was emotional. Number one, because I was thinking about my pops. Okay, thinking about my pops because he is the reason why I watch wrestling. Okay. Secondly, there was a lot of people from my childhood that was there, aka Lex Luger.
Oh man.
My homie Lex Luger, and he had a freaking roadie that was a dickhead. I ain't gonna lie, he had a roadie. He was a dickhead. He was like, "Oh, you." I'm like, "Man, get the fuck out my face." But anyways, but no, man, I saw Pain, and I went and I spoke to him. You remember Powers of Pain, Warlord, and Barbarian?
Yeah.
I went and spoke to them, and I got to tell Warlord, I got to see him. He was my first ever wrestling event. It was in January of '92 at the Rosemont Horizon, which is now the Allstate Arena, and he was in the main event versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. And he remembered that. He remembered the time. He remembered all that. So that was great. And they had the paint on, everything. We got to meet Bill Alfonso. Man.
Bill was really cool. Bill was really cool.
Where's my whistle?
He had the whistle on too. He had the whistle.
Yeah. I got to meet Bill Alfonso. Ricky, we got to meet the Hardys.
That's right. Jealous.
Wait a minute. Was Matt being attacked?
No.
And Jeff was sober.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's a good thing.
And Matt was aware of his surroundings too. He wasn't concussed either.
Exactly.
Okay. We had to make sure we had to clear that up. Thank you.
Just had to.
Okay.
Kurt Angle yelled out Perk Angle really loud. I got that on video.
We saw Teddy Long.
Teddy Long.
And he even told somebody he was going to book him in a match with the Undertaker.
Sure did. We got to see the Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, Joe Henry.
Mark Henry was there too.
Mark Henry was there. Rikishi was there. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I got to shake hands with Arn Anderson. I forgot that.
The enforcer.
I got to shake hands with Arn Anderson.
Tommy Dreamer was there.
I said Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
$1 Million Man.
Mickey James, she was there.
Her fine ass.
Badass Billy Gunn, he was there. And he's fucking huge in person, no diddy.
Mountain of a person.
Yeah, he's a.
Ricky, your boy Zack Ryder was there too. Woo, woo.
Matt Cardona was there. Hey, Lucas was a groupie when he saw Matt Cardona. I ain't gonna lie.
I was.
Lucas was a groupie. No, I'm kidding. No, Lucas is cool. I was being a groupie. I ain't gonna lie.
Chris was acting like a 10-year-old child, which was totally understandable.
I'm not going to lie. I was being a kid. Like I said, it was emotional because I thought about my father, and this is something that I feel like my father would have enjoyed because all the old school wrestlers and everything like that. But I definitely was a groupie when I met Lex Luger. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I've been on this show multiple times telling you how Lex Luger is my favorite, and he was cool as fuck in person.
That's what's up.
Who else, Lucas, that we got to see and kick it with?
I mean, we kicked it with Matt Riddle and my boy.
Okay, yeah. Oh, hey.
Wait a minute, Matt Riddle was there?
We got to kick it with. Was he there? We was in the room kicking it.
We got to my buddy's room and this motherfucker was passed out in the bed.
Kicking it.
Oh shit.
Like, bro, he woke up from his nap and he turned around and like not on some creepy shit, but we were just like staring at him and he goes, "Sup, bros?" Like all tired as shit.
Yeah. Hey, I would tell you, he's not lying, bro. Real talk. That ain't no gimmick.
What you saw on
that
TV
is him.
Is literally him. It's so hilarious.
Him.
You would have thought he was in character the whole time, but no, that's actually him.
I take back everything I've said about Matt Riddle. He is one of the coolest, down to earth people, and he told us to come down there and kick it with him at his signing. He told us to come down there. He said, "Man, come here." He said, "Come over here." He said, "Come on, get behind the desk with us." Like while he was signing, he said, "Come down here and kick it with us." He was serious.
Crazy,
That's
man.
sick.
Yeah,
Hey.
everybody was
man.
really cool.
Yeah,
Everybody was really cool,
bro. And he sent out a shout out to my son, and that was real. And I was like, man, I'm sorry. If he was like, no, bro, I love that. He was like, man, bro, Ricky, I tell you like this. And Lucas did ask him. Lucas did say, "Can you kick everybody's ass in the locker room?" And his boy was like, "Dude, Matt Riddle will fuck everybody up in that locker room." I said, "I believe it now."
But you know what? Hey, and Matt Riddle told us some shit too. I don't know if we should say it on here.
Probably not. Then
probably not.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
All I gotta say is we gonna say this. Hang out with Randy Orton.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna hang out with
Randy Orton.
We just gonna leave it at that.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Y'all can put whatever 2 and 2 you want together. It's probably gonna be exactly what you think it is.
I tell you, and he also said that him and Randy are still the best of friends. Like,
I asked him.
He was like, I just talked to Randy yesterday.
I asked him. Yeah, I asked him. I was like, "You still talk to Randy?" He's like, "Of course."
I believe it.
And he said he still talks to a lot of people from the WWE.
Yeah. All industry people.
Yeah.
Awesome,
but man, I'm gonna tell you like this, yo. There's wrestlers that are dicks, and there's but no, not Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle wasn't like, oh, who are these motherfuckers or whatever. He was like, oh, y'all kicking it? Okay.
Yeah, he was cool.
We trying to party?
Very welcoming. As soon as he saw that, because shout out to my boy Chicago Rob.
Chicago Rob, real good dude, man. He showed up and showed out, fam.
Yeah, because he was telling me like a month prior, and I told Chris like, "Yo, be ready. We might meet some people." Just so you know.
Chicago Rob, and he really looked out. Like he looked out. He told us to pull up. We pulled up. We went to the WrestleCon. We met. Like I said, we got the kick. We were trying to kick with Rob Van Dam.
We even saw Dominic Mysterio when we went to the Superstore.
Yeah, we saw Dominic Mysterio.
The line was stretched to fuck out just to get into the store. Just to get into the store,
bro.
But
this is why we wish you were there, because we know for a fact if you was there to see not only the Hardys, because you like the old NWA like I do too. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I'm sorry. Sidebar. I went to Lex Luger. I said, bro, do you understand? I've watched you since I was a kid. I said that my favorite feud is you and Stan Hansen for the U.S. title.
Beautiful.
He smiled and he was like, don't I always say that though?
You do all the time.
He always says that. Yeah. We had so many shows with him saying that.
I said, bro, do you understand that match between you and Stan Hansen for the U.S. title is literally one of my favorite matches of yours of all time? He was like, really? I was like, yes, man. I said, I am a fan. I was a real live groupie.
Man, when he showed up on Nitro though, out of nowhere. Remember back in the day where there's no social media, and he showed up and I was like,
yes.
The element of surprise was still a thing.
Like, I told him Vince did him wrong. I said Vince shitted on him. I said you should have been a world champion. I said I still haven't forgiven you for turning on Sting. I said but Super Brawl 2 was a real good match too, man.
He did in fact tell him this too.
I ain't gonna lie, I was just talking too much, but I didn't think I was gonna see no Lex Luger.
Yeah,
that's a good day.
I honestly didn't think we'd see all the people that we saw, but once I'll tell it to you like this, once we got to Lucas Oil later that night too, like I was ready for that damn bad boy to start.
Yeah, I believe it.
And once I saw that bad boy filled to the brim, not an empty seat, holy shit.
Was it 70,000?
Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why that was probably one of the best, I think that was the best event that I went to. It's not because of the event, it's because of everybody that was around. It was, man, when I say the atmosphere was so positive and so great, man, everybody was just there to enjoy and have a good time. Me and Lucas was in our section cracking motherfuckers up.
Oh, dude, our section, Chris and I were the fucking life of our section.
We was lit, dog.
We were making everybody laugh, dude. Everybody was dying laughing.
But everybody was just on the same page. Everybody was just having a good, even when we was outside, everybody was just on the same page. And everybody just there to watch a good show.
Everybody everybody was overall pleased with the results of the night too. Like,
Yeah.
and all you heard was everybody saying yeet afterwards.
Yeah, man. I tell you like this, we didn't see anybody that was mad about the outcome. At least I didn't.
So, and that's going to bring us into the next topic of discussion. All this
It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend.
It was definitely a great weekend. Definitely a great weekend. I would do it all over again too. I told Chris, if we go to Indianapolis again, get in the same hotel because of all the fucking shit we had around us.
Yeah.
All the easy accessible, like food, liquor, smoke shop, all that stuff.
Cool.
So, speaking to Jey Uso now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen, but I've definitely brought this up in the group chat though. There's been a lot of backlash and a lot of hate saying that, this was the worst Rumble winner and all this other stuff, and Jey Uso doesn't deserve it. And here's I'm gonna say this before I let you guys give your opinions on this matter. WWE has failed miserably when it comes to striking the iron when it's hot. When I say that, I'm saying when somebody is massively over and they don't do the right thing, they don't give them the necessary push that they should get at that time.
Right.
Best examples in recent memory. LA Knight, obviously 2 years ago. Bobby Roode, his theme song was super over.
Mustafa Ali.
But shut up.
He was over at one time. And remember he was supposed to be the one in the WrestleMania match before Kofi.
Yep.
Yeah,
Elimination Chamber.
So I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong, but
he's not wrong. He's not wrong though.
I did not see him beating Daniel Bryan either at the same time. But
I didn't say that. I'm just saying
Trey Sykes hero.
Guys, so yeah, they failed miserably striking the iron when it's hot. LA Knight, Bobby Roode. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Keith, you go first.
They got it right. And it's like, and everybody was expecting Cena to win. But it was a nice surprise for Jey to win. Because it threw everybody off. Like,
well, the thing is, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Everybody had the same three people winning, whether it was Cena, Roman, or CM Punk.
It's nice to have unpredictability. I like that. It was nice. Because now it's like, well, it was like, predicting. I know we're going to talk about it later with the WrestleMania.
Well, we all did. I mean, those are my final four too. But then once I ain't gonna lie, once I got in there, I said it on the last show. I said my dark horse is Jey Uso. I said it on the last show.
He did.
Yeah, and then so once Jey Uso came out, that became more of a reality to me. I was like, I think Jey Uso gonna win. So,
but the Raw after watching him, the emotion, like. That's what you like. That's what you like to see. And that was raw emotion. That wasn't no fake. He really felt that. And it's like you can tell he was, and like everybody after they showed like the backstage and everything, Jacob Fatu was congratulating them. Jimmy was back there. You can tell that was a pure moment. Like that shows like, hey, we're gonna we running with you now, Jay.
And to piggyback off of that, Keith, like you got to also think back to like 10 years ago, even 13 years ago when they first like came into WWE. For the longest time, people were asking, which one are you?
Yep.
Imagine how he feels now. So
I couldn't tell him apart with the face paint, bro. I really couldn't.
For the longest time, I couldn't either. Chris, you basically just gave your thoughts on the matter too, I feel like.
On what, the Jey Uso?
Yeah, how you said he was a dark horse.
Man, I couldn't be more happy that Jey Uso. And I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm gonna flip out if he wins. When he main events Mania, and I'm gonna flip out. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be yeet, all that. I don't care. Yep, I was doing that while we was there. I was in the crowd like this. I ain't gonna lie. Shit.
Yeah. McAfee was going crazy, bro.
He brought McAfee. He brought McAfee in the ring, bro. They was deep.
Yo, I don't think McAfee was like. I think they were just doing that for like at least almost straight 45 minutes, nonstop. But it was definitely a good moment. That was definitely a good moment. I got more about that when we get to the WrestleMania. But
Ricky, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
So I'm of two minds on this, and I expressed a little bit of this in the group chat. And I think the story that they're running with Jay since the Rumble kind of, I don't know if it feeds one or the other. So on the one hand, I think it's a great move. I think Jey Uso is a very deserving Rumble winner. I think that you're right. They are striking while he is very hot. I think that it is no coincidence that he has been paired with celebrities that are coming to Raw now that they come to Netflix. I think that's very much intentional. It was very much set up in preparation for this Rumble win.
Travis Scott being one of them.
Yep. I think it's a little interesting that they booked this way immediately after Saturday night's main event. I think that's a little bit of a kind of a little whiplash of a booking decision to a degree, but that's not really my main thing with it. Is if I'm going to be any way of a critic or cynic about this, my concern is how it affects the entirety of the WrestleMania card, and that's it. Does Jay deserve to be at the top of the card? Yes. Is this year very crowded at the top of the card? Yes.
Also, yes.
And Jay being thrown in there, a deserving person at that, but being thrown in there makes it even more jumbled. I don't want to see a triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Seth. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't think any of us want to see that, to be honest with you. The other alternative I've seen involving those three would be to add Drew McIntyre into that and have Punk and Roman team up against Seth and Drew.
I read something, but
I'll
get to it later.
I personally do not want to see that either, but from what I've been seeing online, those are one of the two directions that they seem to be heading.
It just feels like people are going to be left off. And we're not talking, upper mid-card players. We're talking just held the title for 1,300 days.
Right.
One of the guy that the company had people chanting for a decade because they were pissed off at the company. The guy that's retiring at the end of the year. Like, we have big names that are still without a match. McIntyre is probably at Seth's level, which is probably a step below Punk and Roman, if you want to look at it that way. But all of them have a fair claim to being like, hey, I want a top spot. I deserve a top spot. And adding somebody else in only makes that more difficult. And on top of that, for me at least, I don't like them kind of retreading the Gunther versus Sammy story that they did last year with Jay this year.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: where do you? And I agree with you, Ricky. I think what Ricky's saying is straight facts. But I ask you this: and in what instance do we do on that? Because okay, you brought up the whole Cena thing. Well, unfortunately, this is his farewell tour. You're gonna have to put him in the main event, whether it be against Gunther or whether it be against Cody. I figured you just do it against Cody because Cody is the man, and then it's kind of like a passing of the torch kind of.
If you want to talk value of a story, there is an argument that Jay versus Cody is the better move.
I agree. Now, I definitely agree, and I said that to Lucas before.
And
too.
Gunther versus Cena, come on. Cena has one more chance to be LOL. Cena wins. Come on.
I 100% agree with you. I've said that, and this is what I said. Matter of fact, I think I said it on the last show. I said if you do have Jey Uso face Cody, then guess what? Now you're bringing the bloodline way back into it again because guess what? Because Jay turned. Because guess what? And I said this to Lucas. I said if Jay wins the title, he's the head of the table now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And guess what that does? Now we have Roman as the hunter and Jay as the hunted. And now you're gonna see more Jay pinning Roman. Or you're gonna see them fight for the Uber Fala and everything like that. Because
I like where this is going.
Hold on, because listen, remember when Jay first became main event Jey Uso? They was fighting to be the head of the table. Now you're gonna reverse it. Now Jay is the tribal chief. Now Jay is the head man in charge. So where does that leave Roman? Where does that leave Jimmy? You gotta think of it. There's a good story. I like it. There's a good story that comes out of that. But now,
does the wise man deflect to Jey Uso
No, the wise man is still going to deflect back to CM Punk.
You think so eventually?
He
I'm
owes him.
Chris,
He owes him.
I'm asking you, if Jey Uso were to win the title and become head of the table, let's say, right? Would Paul Heyman side with Jey Uso going forward?
No. I think
Could you guys see him, talking something to Roman, being like, I'm the head of the table now. I got the belt. I get the wise man now.
No, I don't see him doing that, but I do see a little bit of an attitude change with Jey Uso. I do.
Definitely.
I definitely do. And with great reason. So, but what I'm saying is this
and
is
then
what
Roman's gonna tell him, be like, this is exactly what you hated.
Exactly. Same thing with Jimmy.
That's why Jimmy stopped him at SummerSlam.
Yep, you became the one thing that you hated for so long.
Hold on, listen. And this is what I think. You said, is he going to take the wise man on? No. But what the wise man is going to do is, it's going to be a Jey Uso versus CM Punk match.
Probably.
It's going to be that.
Especially if Punk is staying on Raw. Yeah.
It's going to be that. So that's where the wise man comes in, because guess what? He owes Punk that favor. So if we don't get it in WrestleMania, we're going to get it this summer.
Now let me ask one final question on this topic, and then we're going to dive into the next thing. Do you guys think that Jey Uso will have the same attitude change if he wins the world title from Gunther? Or do you guys think it'll just be that he'll only have an attitude if he wins the belt on SmackDown, where he's
too white hot as a babyface turn him?
I think the only way he'll turn is if he beats Cody Rhodes, because there's a significance to that. Guess what?
Exactly.
Guess what?
Roman held that belt for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Roman Reigns couldn't beat him last year, and guess what? Jey Uso did. I can see that being in part of the narrative. So that'd be the only way I see Jey Uso turning, is if he beats Cody and goes to SmackDown.
So he won't have the same attitude if he beats Gunther, is what you're saying.
No,
he's gonna be a face,
pure baby face. He will give the company license, if they really wanted to turn Cody fully heel.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which I think is coming soon.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: can you imagine the crowd participation with the title on draped over his shoulder? Can you imagine that?
It's gonna be nuts.
That Raw after Mania is gonna be
nuts.
It's
gonna be ridiculous.
Bro, that Raw after Mania, that crowd, they may yeet for at least 2 hours.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this, and I said this, and I'm a trademark. It's gonna be Yeetamania. It's gonna be Yeetamania.
Yeetmania.
Hey Trey.
Yeetmania.
Hey Trey. Yeetmania is gonna be way better than Yeselmania.
By the way, I was saying Yeetmania after the Royal Rumble when we were walking.
We definitely was. Yeetmania. We definitely was.
Yeetmania.
It's gonna be Yeetmania, and it's definitely gonna be and it's definitely gonna be better than Yeselmania.
If anybody doesn't know, Chris is a glorified Daniel Bryan hater. Bryan
I
Daniels.
don't
hate him.
I don't hate him. I hate Trey.
No, you hate his fans. Let's get
Shout out to Trey Sykes.
Hey, I don't hate him. I hate Trey.
All right. Anyway, that being said, all right, something interesting happened last night on NXT. Mr. Ricky Starks did not hesitate and did not wait a single fucking second to show up in NXT. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that?
That should happen quick.
Ask Ricky. Ricky is a fellow AEW fan. Ask him.
And that's his name twin too.
Hey.
So yeah, Mr. Rick, what do you think about your name twin Ricky Starks showing up in NXT?
Hold on. Before we get to that, what do you think of a lot of these AEW stars?
Hey, motherfucker!
You're right.
I'm the host here. I'm asking the damn question.
You're right.
That's why I'm out of it. That's why I keep my mouth shut. Smart move, Keith. Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
My bad.
You spoke when you were spoken to, sir.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Now we definitely ain't gonna get that disrespect. But I agree with you. But I definitely, you got it.
Anyway, Ricky.
So, I mean, first of all, that was fucking quick. No hesitation.
No.
I mean, I'll be honest. My personal stance on Ricky Starks in general is I saw somebody make a comparison, like his ceiling is like a Dolph Ziggler type, and I think that's probably the fairest assessment you can have. He's never going to be a Cody. He's never going to be a Punk. He's never going to be a Roman. He's never going to be a Cena. He's never going to be that level of star. I think he definitely has a ceiling on him no matter where he goes. And while he does cut decent promos and his matches are okay, he's not a world beater in any one category. So NXT is fine for him for right now, I think.
Chris, it is your turn now, finally.
I was never a Ricky Starks fan anyway, so I don't really give a shit. But I text Lucas, I said, yo, this man came out guns blazing already. Like, that man said, you know who I am and you know why I'm here. I said, well, okay, talk your shit then. I was like, talk your shit. I need more AEW stars to do that. I do. I need more AEW stars to come in and because guess what? You know, y'all built y'all company shitting on WWE. So we need more of these. We need more of the AEW detractors to come and speak on it. Because guess what? They're not going to get censored no more. So they need to come on and speak on it. And we need people like Ricky and Tim and all the other Ollie leaders to come to the fruition that you guys jumped the gun 2-3 years ago and your company's failing. Even on Max, they're failing. They got to be lucky. They get their first 2 years guaranteed because come 2027, when Max can opt out of that contract, they're done. They are done. Now back to Ricky. What do you think about these AEW guys that came on as stars? Aleister Black, Rusev, Ricky Starks, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. All these guys that were supposed to help, the company that you love, just get better and put WWE out. Oh, by the way, shout out to your boy Keith. Shout out to Keith's boy who said WWE was dead when Adam Cole showed up. But that's another story, neither here nor there. But but throw Adam Cole in there. MJF is in there. Let's just throw a lot of the Keith Lee. How do you feel about all these guys that are not moving the needle for AEW and y'all are getting worse by the month? It is going on. No, it has been. It has been 2 years. 2 years since y'all have reached a milli. It's been 2 years since y'all reached 900,000. You guys can barely put up 700K. So I asked Ricky, what do you think about this? Did they blow their load? No homo. Did they blow their load too quick? Or are you going to finally admit that Tony Khan is worse than Jack Tunney?
That's not a question. That's just you airing your grievances out, sir.
No, I'm asking him. God dang it. Because I've had to deal with Ricky shit for a long time.
And you will continue to do so for many years.
That's why I love him to death. But I need to know this because, I'm going to always shit on AEW when I get the chance because he used to, So I got floor is yours.
First of all, if you want crime solved, you keep your mouth shut. That's what I thought. Second of all, I think Bubba Ray Dudley said it best. Tony Khan's a matchmaker. He's not a booker. And this is the problem when you have somebody that is A, not a booker running a promotion, and B, something that's very important, and I think that has been levied at him before, and I think it's an important critique of Mr. Tony Khan. He assumes everyone knows everything he knows. Right. He assumes he was in chat rooms watching Ring of Honor in the mid-2000s. He assumes people were in the ECW arena with him. He assumes the general public understands the intricacies of multiple levels of pro wrestling stories and how far back they go in people's careers, and he doesn't allow those to be fleshed out on television.
Hey, Ricky, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to say something. You're saying shit like intricacies, you know what I'm saying? So because I don't know what it means, I'm going to take it as disrespect. Watch him out and help me with the sale. You throw too many of these big words out here.
People don't know why Coda and Kenny are so linked together. People don't know why it was why MJF and Cody was a big deal, or why Ricky Starks and Cody were a big deal, or why Adam Cole automatically teaming with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly is such a big deal. You have to explain that to new viewers. We give shit to the WWE for all the amount of like video packages and recaps and shit like that. But in part, it's because that's the way that you tell a story to a new audience. You give them an update on what has happened and how we got to where we are. And they don't do that well at all. On top of the fact that they don't really make stories happen very well.
See, this is why I asked Ricky. You know, because Ricky gonna give it straight and to the point. And also, Ricky is really good at analytically. So thank you, Ricky. I just want to fire you up just because I knew you was gonna give me some real good shit. So I already know. Appreciate you, brother.
So I actually, Lucas, can I take this away? Because I had to talk.
Go ahead, because I still need Keith to give his opinion on Ricky Starks. But go ahead.
Oh wait, no. Then Keith, go first. I'll go after that.
I mean, one thing to point out, he didn't say who he was when he came on air either.
It's true.
They said they did that for a reason because I don't know, he's trademarked his name with his company. So they may call him Ricky Starks, but notice he did not say who he was when he came. When he came, did that promo, everything, he's like, I'm here. But he didn't actually say who he was. So they're trying to protect that until they actually say, because notice the commentators, Booker T, Corey Graves, they did not say who he was. They know who he was, but they can't say who he was.
Right.
Because they're still trying to wait. But, I mean, honestly, NXT is the right move for him. Because they said, I read online, there's more storylines they can write him into quickly on NXT than they can the main roster, which makes sense.
I was going to say this real quick. Him versus Ethan Page would be fire.
It would.
Again.
But I don't think Ethan Page is going to be there long.
No.
I think after this Javon Evans thing, I think he's going to wrap it up at Stand and Deliver, whoever he faces, and I think Ethan Page is headed to the main roster. So I don't see Ethan Page around long, and they're giving him this throwaway feud against Javon Evans, and then he'll probably have one more little tiny feud, and then I think Page is gone from NXT. And there's nothing else for Page to do in NXT, honestly.
Yeah.
You became the champion, you got a mid-card feud now, and now it's like, what else is there for you to do?
Right.
Okay. You're not going after the North American title or the Heritage Cup Championship or whatever. So
this is what hey, Keith, let me piggyback off of that. So you said Ethan, now Lucas, I did watch NXT yesterday. So I did watch it. So you said you think Ethan Page is getting ready to go up to the main roster, and I do believe you. So do we get Ricky Starks versus Austin Theory then? Because I'm seeing that.
I think Austin Theory is going to deal with Grayson Waller. I think those two are on the cusp of breaking up.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah, if you notice the promo, it's getting there, and I think you're going to see the fire start at Vengeance Day on Saturday.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think that's where it's going to start, and it's slowly but surely. Please don't do it at Mess. Please don't do one-on-one at WrestleMania. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I hope and pray they do not let them two face at WrestleMania. But the split is coming. It's going to come slowly but surely, and I think they're going to make Theory the face and Waller the heel, and they're going to try to see what happens when they're putting it. I don't know how Theory's going to do as a face though. He might do well, but they're setting. But they're going to start moving. If you notice, I think Paige is going up to the main roster. Trick Williams is going to end up going to the main roster. So you notice they're bringing in more guys now. Now the people like Roxanne Perez, now they're all getting ready to go up to the main roster. Now you create more room for these people coming in now. So it's like almost like a handing to the torch now. It's kind of like, all right, we're on our way up. You guys are coming in. So it's like NXT is always going to have more people. It's going to have a lot of people on their roster because when they go to the main roster, hey, we got 4 or 5 people ready to replace them.
And now NXT is developing stars in a different way. They're not signing people off the indies anymore. They're basically bringing them in and just creating them from the ground up.
Yeah.
NIL.
Yeah. But you know what, Keith? Back to what you were saying. I mean, didn't they play off like they were finna break up yesterday when they attacked
no, that was a setup. It was a setup.
That's what I'm saying. They played off of it you said you think they're gonna break up. I said they played off of it last night because the crowd thought they did break up.
It's coming. I think it starts at Vengeance Day. That's when it's gonna start.
I think it's Austin Theory that's going to turn on him. And he's going to be the
Grayson
heel.
Waller.
No, Grayson Waller's an asshole. They're not gonna.
Oh,
no.
I know.
You're not gonna sit there and convince me to take Grayson Waller as a face seriously.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
But he's
No,
a
He's
natural-
openly a dickhead.
He's
Can I
a
ask you this?
natural-born heel.
Can I? Okay, there's a lot of people that are natural born heels.
Kevin
Okay.
Owens.
Kevin Owens, but you took him serious as a face.
Not
I'm gonna give you.
necessarily.
I don't
I'm
like
gonna
Ken. I never liked Ken as a face.
another one. I'm gonna give you another one. And I'm not, first, and before you say I'm comparing him, no, I am not. I am not comparing. I am comparing character changing. The Rock. I don't care what nobody say. The Rock is probably the greatest heel of all. One of the greatest heels of all time.
This recent version of The Rock, yes.
The Nation Rock, corporate Rock. What?
I like the Nation Rock.
Bro. The Nation Rock against DX was probably one of the diabolical.
That was my childhood right there.
Diabolical.
That 98, 90.
Okay, then we can say the final boss in recent. The final boss in recent memory, to say the least. Then
you know what, Lucas, and I'm not trying to. You know, Rock is one of my favorites, but I can't even get. I don't get with the final boss. I like Hollywood Rock more than I like Final Boss. And Hollywood Rock
because the corporate champion became the corporation. That's why the Final Boss works.
The build that we had for WrestleMania last year, that build was probably one of the most memorable builds.
It was a great build. It was a great build.
And the Rock was
a great build.
Reason.
Yes, it was.
Without the Rock, we
100%
wouldn't have gotten that build.
I agree. No, that and without WWE going over to TKO, we wouldn't have got that build.
It was a timing thing for everything.
We wouldn't have got that.
The timing of that kind of helped too, but
and the Hollywood strike. That's what it all was, a perfect storm of things that were all happening at the same time.
That was probably the biggest factor in that. I forgot about that. That Hollywood strike that was happening for a while.
That helped a lot.
Cena was back in WWE for a little bit too.
Cena and Rock had a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah,
he was.
So we got Vengeance Day on Saturday. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Ricky Starks makes an appearance then, makes an impact? Does he jump somebody, kind of make a statement?
No.
Maybe, but he also just had his big debut this week, so they might want to let it wait till next week, and then he can start on a new story fresh.
Yeah. And they got a solid card too.
Don't forget also NXT likes to do this thing where they bring in a top guy and have him jump the world champion after their match. So don't be surprised if that does happen at some point.
Yeah, it's okay. He can bite Oba Femi's kneecaps. He'll have a good time.
I was going to say, and I'm not saying he's going to sit there and have his way with Oba Femi after the match, but he could easily come in there and pick the pieces apart. I'm not saying it could happen. I'm just saying it has happened before, and let's not act like it's just an idea that's thrown out the window.
Fair.
The women's match became a fatal four-way last night. Cora Jade decided to sneak her way into the match, which we all kind of saw happening, I think.
Yeah, I saw that coming too.
Now, do you guys think Julia retains the title, or do you guys think one of the other three women win the title?
Julia retains.
Probably.
Julia retains. I just don't see Roxanne Perez is on her way out. Bailey is already on the main roster.
Yeah, I didn't get the whole Bailey getting there yesterday, but I don't have a problem with it because, like I said,
she's been having issues with Roxanne.
Yeah. I understand.
I believe it's,
when the women go down to NXT, it doesn't bother me. I think they bring a lot to the because I think that the NXT women's are dope.
But here's the thing, though, Chris. When the NXT women or when the girls go to NXT, you notice how all of them get the strap eventually.
They get the what?
The strap, the women's belt.
Charlotte did it,
100%.
Becky did it.
Charlotte got it.
Becky did it, yeah.
I'm saying this right now, all bias aside, don't be surprised if Bailey walks out of Vengeance Day as the women's champ.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at that either, honestly.
I won't be mad at that, obviously, but here's the thing. If that happens, expect Julia to hit the main roster quickly.
Yeah, and it would be and anytime they put a title on somebody, it's for a reason.
Her and Stephanie Becker are definitely two ladies that need to hit the main roster.
Okay, hold on, wait. Hold on, whoa. Lucas, I hear you, and I hear all of you guys. But who's to say Shorty from TNA don't show up?
Jordan Grace?
She just got signed.
Bro, she's under WWE contract.
Oh, she's on the WWE
When
contract now.
she entered the Royal Rumble, she was a WWE
I know
contract.
that, but she still got the strap though, right?
No, she
No,
lost
no,
a
no,
while
no.
ago.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
She lost
I thought
to,
she still,
Sasha,
I thought she still had the strap. Okay,
Bama-
I'm sorry.
She didn't
I'm
even
sorry.
come out at the Rumble with the strap. With
Yeah,
the
she
Knockouts
lost.
Championship.
Yeah, she lost this.
I'm sorry, guys. I
Yeah,
thought she
she
still had
did
Marsha
drop that.
Slamovich.
Now here's the thing: if whoever the winner is of that match, I could see Jordan Grace, coming
Jordan
out.
Grace, Julia,
confronting them.
let's send Julia up to
You
the
know,
main
you know
roster.
that they made Jordan Grace delete her OnlyFans.
Yeah,
They fired
Damn.
Mandy Rose over that, so it makes sense.
I mean,
I
yeah.
think they're gonna bring, but Mandy Rose said she wasn't gonna stop. She said, "Fuck that."
Yeah. No.
So
That's another person that was there. What's that shorty name? The one that was a dummy, the dummy back in the day.
Maria Kanellis.
She was there. Maria Kanellis was there. Yeah, we saw her punk ass. I want to say some shit to her, but
Tell her how her husband ain't shit.
yeah, he's a cuck.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Right. That was bogus, right? I'm sorry.
So after Vengeance Day,
So he's not.
After Vengeance Day, we have Elimination Chamber a couple weeks down the line. At March 1st, I want to say.
I won't be here.
We still have what, 2 more spots to fill on the men's side?
Yep.
3. I thought it was 3. Oh, no, because next week you got Seth versus Finn, and then who else?
So Seth.
Yeah.
So they have announced that. Oh, the Damian Priest, Jacob Fatu, and Braun Strowman triple threat match on SmackDown on Friday.
So
Damian Priest gonna win that because Braun and Jacob gonna take each other out.
Yep.
And then I think you're gonna see Drew versus Damian set up in that match as well.
Yeah.
Because they've been floating around that they're supposed to square off in Mania this year.
I don't want to see that.
We're gonna get to that. I know we're gonna. That's another topic.
We don't want to see it, Chris. But at the end of the day, it's not in our control, brother.
No. I'm just saying because I feel like the last 2-3 Manias that Drew has been in, he's had really good matches.
Don't forget,
I feel like this would.
Who cashed in on him last year too?
I agree. There's a story, but
forgot
I'm just
about
saying,
that.
But did we not see how great Drew McIntyre and Sheamus and Gunther put on a show 2 years ago?
100%.
Did we not see? Hold on. Did we not see how Drew McIntyre and Seth put on the show last year?
Yeah. Who's to say him and Damian Priest can't put on a good match?
I'm not saying you're right, Lucas. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just going by the last 3 years of what we've seen from Drew McIntyre. Is what I'm saying. I feel like Drew McIntyre ain't gonna put on that type of match with Damian Priest.
I feel like, ironically enough, Drew McIntyre, in terms of Mania runs right now, is kind of on that trajectory that Punk was on, that led to Punk being so pissed off before he left the company. You think about it, the last 3 years he's had fantastic Mania matches, but if we're looking at it from where he was in the card standpoint, mid-card with Gunther and Sheamus, opened the show.
But it was probably the best match of night 1.
Yeah. Opened the show against Seth. Wasn't a main event, opened the show, and now he's going to be facing somebody that he's basically facing somebody, people called him bisexual Undertaker. Do the math. He's kind of following the trend that Punk laid out for him with Mania matches.
But on the safe side, even though it was the what we don't acknowledge, but Punk never main evented a Mania. Drew McIntyre has.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in terms of
even though it was in that bullshit, but yeah. I'm
just saying in terms of McIntyre, allegedly, according to reports, being not happy with his Mania placement, the frustration from his side is kind of similar to that. So it's kind of interesting to see that play out.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. You notice after every pay-per-view, a few pay-per-views, there's always a report saying that Drew McIntyre had left the building, everything.
Yeah.
Could this be a part of his character?
I think
you
honestly,
think it'd be disappointed because this not the third, it's not the first, second, third, or fourth time they said he just stormed off somewhere. And I feel like they're doing that after every pay-per-view or even after every Drew McIntyre stormed out.
either part of the story or it's part of his
Yeah.
character or it's a combination
Yeah.
of both.
So what happened at the
Okay.
Royal Rumble?
Two
That
things can be
story.
right. Two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah.
So the Royal Rumble story, apparently Drew was mad that somebody was like getting their moves off. Whatever.
I
the
heard
fuck
that was LA Knight.
Yeah. Because Priest was, if you guys watch it back, and I did see this, Drew and Priest were kind of like tied up, and LA Knight kind of got in their way, which forced Priest to kind of eliminate Drew on accident. That's why Drew had that look of like disbelief for a sec.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch that because I got to see the incident.
Go back and watch the clip, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, I need to go back.
No, don't get it twisted. There were some botches at that Royal
Yeah,
Rumble.
Absolutely.
There was some botches.
The Finn Balor one was Strowman was outside. It looked like an awkward moment.
Penta was eliminated.
We don't talk about
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Okay, I mean he wasn't eliminated to me, but to others he was eliminated.
that. Yeah, well.
What are you
Okay,
gonna do?
back to that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm pretty sure you was gonna say the same thing I was gonna say, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna pivot off into another conversation, but if we got more botches, bring them up.
No, I was gonna say, speaking of Penta, what's his WrestleMania match? Rey Mysterio, right?
Probably.
Probably that's pretty much
Why? But why?
because
Luchadors.
come on,
But this
the writing's on the wall.
Rey Mysterio ain't Rey Mysterio of that. Me personally, I say why not Andrade?
Andrade.
They're not gonna
Whatever
do
the
that.
fuck his name, I would say why not?
Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah, whatever. Why not get? Why not face all three of them?
Fuck it.
I think him and Penta will steal the show.
No, they're doing Penta versus Ray.
I know.
Yeah, they're gonna do Penta versus Ray.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
So-
I mean, but go ahead.
So we already established who the last two will probably be. Who do you guys think wins the chamber?
Cena.
Everybody's gonna pick Cena, obviously.
Cena because it's not for a title.
But what if we get the swerve and they actually let Roman win? Or is he not in it?
No, he's not.
Roman's not in
He's
it.
not in
Oh, yeah,
it.
he got.
There's a reason they said they didn't want to
He's
him in it.
injured. Remember, he's injured over the two.
They didn't want to hit. They didn't say they
You
don't
know
want to
what
get.
I can see happening though? I can see Roman hopping in that bad boy and jumping Seth Rollins.
Oh, I can see Roman costing him the match. Yeah,
I can see that.
but also I can see him costing CM Punk the match too.
Both.
Which is why they're going to give you a triple threat.
Maybe you're gonna see the final three is Cena, Punk, and Rollins, and then when Cena's down and out, then Roman comes in and just absolutely
both of them.
spears both of them, but like I'm talking like whoops the fuck out of them type shit, like absolutely puts a beat down on them.
So two things I heard. Said they didn't want Reigns in the Elimination Chamber because they didn't want him to get pinned.
They said he was going to be the one that ate the pin if he was in the chamber. Yeah,
so they're keeping him out of the chamber. Then number two, what I read earlier today too, they were talking about Punk being part of the WWE Championship match in a triple threat with him, Cena, and Cody Rhodes.
That's where the favor comes in.
Probably.
That's where I heard. That's another move I've been hearing.
I'm fine with that as long as Roman and Seth go one-on-one then at that point.
I want Roman and Seth to go one-on-one.
And then Seth's taking the pin there because Roman ain't losing.
No.
No. But I want to see Roman and Seth go one-on-one.
But I think they need to make that match like a special match, whether it's a street fight or a Hell in a Cell match.
They need to make that match something because the vitriol they have for one another, it has to come to an end.
And
it's been spread out over 10 years, and on top of that, they've gotten back together. You know what I'm saying? And they was cool for a while, but then once Roman Reigns became the tribal chief, he remembered that hatred he had for him. So I agree with you. I think they need to.
And you know what? I have nobody but to blame but Seth Rollins for all that. He's the one who took the chair and smacked Roman in the back with it. He created the tribal chief. He created that monster. And I need him to stop the fucking gaslighting.
Long-term storytelling, man. I love it.
Hey, I was told years ago by certain Twitter all elite virgins that WWE doesn't know how to do long-term story booking. So
I'm gonna tell you like this. You guys are gonna be like, Chris, this ain't you. I'm okay with Seth Rollins pinning him.
Again,
you see, here's the thing.
I'm okay with Seth Rollins. I'm okay with Seth Rollins pinning Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
See, I would have called
to
you
keep
crazy
it going.
if
To
you-
keep it going. To keep it going is what I'm saying.
No, I would have called you crazy if you said that probably like 8 years ago when you actually had a hatred for Seth Rollins.
But
Now I believe you though.
Let me ask you a question. Is there anything wrong with Reigns getting pinned? I don't see anything wrong.
I can't see him getting pinned back-to-back Manias. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. No, I agree. I can't see him getting pinned. I'm just saying I don't see a problem with Seth Rollins pinning him. Maybe pinning him on some fluky shit, but I still don't have a problem with Seth Rollins.
Or Roman pins Seth on some fluky shit because technically Roman has never beaten Seth clean.
Yep.
So let's say, hear me out, and this is where I think.
Didn't he beat him on Raw clean?
Right before Roman left for a hernia issue in 2014.
Didn't he beat him on Raw clean?
But the story is when it matters.
Remember Seth carried him.
Remember, the story is when it matters.
When it matters. The story is Roman beating Seth when it matters the most. That match did not matter.
It did matter because it was for a title. Okay, yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
I can't recall if it was for a title shot.
A title shot.
I can't recall if it was, but anyway, I could see Roman pinning Seth on some fluky shit, or Roman does the heel tactic where he uses the ropes. And I think that's where we see Seth ultimately crash out and turn heel.
Seth's got to come out in the Shield gear
again.
You gotta come out the Shield.
You can't do that again. You already did it one time. Roman would be psychologically prepared for it this time around.
No. You can't. It doesn't give you the psych factor on this time if he did it. It just don't do it because you got to keep Seth's character the way it's going. Antagonistic and everything like that, and you got to keep building that hatred that Roman just has for him.
And the first time he did it too, was totally out of the blue.
Out of the blue, right. You know what I mean? So Seth has to really get on it. I mean, I think Seth got under because guess what? When they fought at the Royal Rumble, Seth didn't attack him. Seth gave him 2 curb stomps at Royal Rumble this year. 2 of them, and both were on the floor. One was on the steps, and the other was on the floor.
That one on the floor was bruh. Yo, that one on the floor was
vicious.
Yes.
Vicious and delicious.
But to be honest with you, that came out of nowhere, though. It came out of nowhere. Because we thought he was just going at Punk.
That was interesting on what happened on the outside of the ring in the Royal Rumble. That was definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see it happening, though, because Seth had been wanting to get his hands on Roman again.
Yep.
But anyway, that being said, moving on to the next topic. WrestleMania is around the corner, and we got about 2.5 months to build that bad boy. Some matches have already taken form. Obviously, Jey Uso called the shot and said he's going to challenge Gunther. Where does that leave the rest of the card shaping up? Do you guys have a match that's possibly not being teased that you guys think happens?
I got 2 matches I think is going to happen.
Do we think somebody returns at WrestleMania this year? Do we see a surprise debut? I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to ask Rick first because I know he's on limited time. But what if there was something out of the blue that would happen at WrestleMania for you guys this year? What would it be, Ricky?
This year's tough because everything seems kind of lined up already.
I know mine. I'll go last.
Unexpected stuff that could come up.
I have 2 actually.
For me, at least, the only thing I can think of would be bloodline interference on behalf of Jey Uso.
Okay.
Just because it's still the bloodline going for a world title.
Now, when you say bloodline, which part of the bloodline? We talking Jimmy and Roman?
Like it would like a surprise factor would be a Solo, Jacob Fatu, or a Roman interfering on Jay's behalf.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we see a Roman interfering?
I could see it.
Thank you.
That's the only like major bloodline related surprise I can imagine this year.
But if Roman were to interfere in that match, would he cost Jay the title though?
No.
No.
The whole story is that he would be like, this is your island of relevancy now.
Ricky, piggyback off that.
Go ahead.
Can I piggyback off that?
Go ahead.
Of course.
All are good with Easter eggs, right?
Yeah.
Some people are better with Easter eggs than all. I know I'm not as good with Easter eggs, but I can pick up on some shit, right?
If you're a Marvel fan in specific, you definitely good with Easter eggs.
There you go. You're definitely good with Easter eggs. But I picked up on the Easter egg. So Ricky just said he can see the bloodline interfering for Jay, right?
Yep.
He didn't say we talking about the new bloodline. We didn't say the OG. Solo. I was waiting on. So when he won the Royal Rumble, who was
Jimmy
waiting
and
on him in the
Jacob.
back? There you go. That's an Easter egg. That is an Easter. Just because it was off the cameras and because it was breaking kayfabe.
I got another Easter egg too.
That's an Easter egg. Hold on, I got you, Lucas. That's an Easter egg. Also, Lucas, hold on. This is something that they don't know about. What Chicago Rob was explaining to us about the relationship between Jacob Fatu and everybody in that family.
Yeah.
So, Jacob Fatu came. Chicago Rob didn't explain to us all like Jacob Fatu is really family with them, like real shit. Like, you know, he looks up to them as brothers. Like that ain't no cousin. That's his brothers. Like Jimmy and Jay are literally. That's what kept him out of jail. Is what he said.
Yep.
So what Chicago Rob told me and Lucas is how very big in the family that they are in that Aloha family, right? For Jacob to break kayfabe and also he had this shirt on, and this is all on the internet. I can definitely see in Jacob, if not Solo, I can see Jacob going ahead and interfering for him. I can see Jay and Jacob going on like a little run. And what I mean, I'm not even saying as a tag team. I'm just saying they're a tandem. Because my other Easter egg is Jacob turning on Solo.
Yeah.
Or Jacob planting the seeds for him and Solo at Summer.
Well, Solo just came back this past Friday, so we're gonna see what he's got to say in 2 days.
Yep.
I would be surprised if he faces Cody at Elimination Chamber.
But the other Easter egg that I had, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's a video of last year's Royal Rumble when Jay and Jimmy entered 1 and 2, and there's a camera that cuts to Jacob in the crowd at the Rumble.
Yeah, I saw
while
that
they're
too.
making their entrances, and he's going crazy for both of them.
I saw that too.
All right,
everybody. Ricky's out of here. He's got to go save crime, fight crime. Call it.
Fight crime.
Save the city. He's got to go put on
the killing joke.
Yes. All right. Thanks, y'all. See y'all soon.
All right. Get on out of here. Get lost.
Deuces, man.
Go save an old lady or something. All right.
Yeah, those are my Easter eggs, man. Those are my Easter eggs.
All right, Keith, if there was anything out of the ordinary to happen at WrestleMania this year, what would it be for you?
Probably somebody returning or somebody's coming out of the blue, and I can see. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Aleister Black.
I was waiting for I could say that because
I think Aleister Black.
I said Lucas. I told Lucas yesterday. I think Aleister Black comes back after Mania. And I think he kicks Finn out of Judgment Day, and he takes over as the leader of Judgment Day.
I also told Chris, don't be surprised if you see him back before Elimination Chamber, possibly. Too.
Exactly, and yeah, I agree.
I think he comes back sooner though before Mania. But
okay.
I can see Mania, but I think he comes back. So
okay.
It's starting.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's on me.
I'm starting to see. You see Ricky Starks coming. So I know they're on their way slowly, but Ray Phoenix
And here's
is
the thing:
coming slowly.
those guys. Here's the thing about them,
Can't
guys.
wait till Ray
They
Phoenix gets there.
have no 90-day clauses for the simple fact of the matter that their contracts expired. They weren't let
Yeah.
go.
They weren't let go. Their contract expired.
So we could see them show up literally within the next week or two.
Okay, so let me ask you this then: if we get Aleister Black versus Finn, so are we getting the
dream
Demon
match for
back?
me.
Are we getting the Demon back?
Depends if
Who's the face?
not necessarily who's the face, but depends like what the stake of the match is. Like, is it what you say? Is it that Aleister Black is coming for Finn's spot in the Judgment Day? If that's the case, and there's a stipulation where Finn's kicked out, then I could see him putting back the demon paint and being like, okay, this is my fam, this is my group, I gotta pull out all stops to beat this guy. So I could see it, but like I said, there's a lot of shit that has to happen for that.
Why do I see Dom going face soon?
You can't take Dom face. Nobody's gonna take him serious.
Nobody will take
I don't know why, but I feel like
he has too much of that pissant heel.
I know, but I feel like eventually down the road, it may not happen this year, but I feel like Dom is gonna go face, and it's gonna be like it's gonna happen. And I feel like it's gonna happen. Eventually,
you have a better chance. You have a better chance of Edge coming back to WWE than Dom turning face.
Who knows?
No, I know. I could see Dom turning face. I just don't know when he will turn face.
I just don't know when.
Because he does. Because that heat that he has, that heel that he is, because you can always go back to him being Dominic's, being Rey Mysterio's son, and that he just hated. Like he is that pissant heel, like that pipsqueak that this person that just gets under your fucking skin. That's who he is. So it's like, how do you change that? Like, how do you make somebody like him? You cannot make nobody get behind him on that. At least not now. Not now. You can't. It depends on what goes on with him after this Judgment Day. What does he do? But he's an asshole.
I think down the line it's going to happen. I don't know whether they're going to pull the trigger on it, but I feel like it's going to come. It's if it doesn't. Right now, if you're looking at 2025, it's not going to happen with everything that's going on now. He's definitely not going to be. Now, 2026, it could happen.
Yeah.
I think later in 2026, I do see them turning him face eventually. So I can see, but we just gotta wait and everything. But for right now, I think he's gonna stay. But I definitely think Demon Balor will definitely. I definitely wouldn't mind a feud with him and Black.
I wouldn't either.
I would love that. That would definitely be something different, and the two styles will mesh. I like that. Something about that, I like it.
Do you see him and his wife together again while there? Does he come back in any form of capacity to come for her?
I think they're gonna keep them separated. I think they're gonna keep them separated.
Right.
I think
two totally different gimmicks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So,
I think they're gonna keep them separated.
What would be yours now if something out of the ordinary would happen at WrestleMania this year? What would you want it to be?
Something out of the ordinary, like something that we're not thinking about or anything like that?
Yeah, something that you wouldn't be used to seeing at the stage of WrestleMania, or like I said, a debut or a return. Do you want to see somebody come back?
I was gonna probably say the typical one, Brock Lesnar.
I would not be mad at that.
Coming back on the grandest stage of them all, I can see. It may be a far-fetched ass shit, but if there's anything out of the ordinary that happens, it would be that. I can see him interjecting himself for the wise men as well too.
Yeah.
Is there anybody out hurt?
Or is there any chance that Roman, Punk, and Brock form a Paul Heyman group?
I don't see Brock Lesnar a part of any type of faction.
No,
I know it would be a little weird.
I mean, you can't even get him to be in a tag match, let alone a faction.
He's not. And you think about his career, never really been too much in the factions.
Facts.
Yeah, it's just he's not a faction.
He's
person.
not a faction type person. Like he's not a team. He's not a teammate. Like shit. You ain't seen that since his younger years when he was like Brock Lesnar, but he wasn't this animal that he is now. I just don't remember when they tried to do the tag team match with him and Cody. He fucked Cody up.
Yeah, but that was for their storyline, though.
I've never seen him in a tag team match.
When he back in the day, like when he was
it's like early
back in like 03.
Yeah, 03.
Wow.
Yeah, he was doing that because he was even in the Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
So I actually had two things that I would want to happen at WrestleMania this year. Okay. And with the whole TNA partnership that just got announced not too long ago, this would be the perfect opportunity to capitalize on this.
Okay.
This first one would be a fucking swerve out of nowhere. John Cena versus Joe Hendry for the TNA World Title at WrestleMania. Cena's world title is the 17th. His 17th world title is the TNA Championship.
I've read that on the internet.
I read that too.
Y'all don't have to love it. Y'all don't have to love the idea, but it would be something brand new out of the ordinary and it would be a huge swerve.
It's not about it. I don't love it. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see.
If the chamber doesn't turn out the way we think it is, it might. We may.
It's kind of like how when Lucas said that Edge was going to challenge for the NXT title. I just don't see John Cena wanting a TNA title. I know it, to me it just doesn't hold. It doesn't hold that for his legacy. I guess I don't know because it's one of those you would never see John Cena in TNA type things. I don't know.
I'm starting to believe Lucas. Go ahead.
Happen.
I got
shit can
something.
Happen. I don't know. Shit can happen. Whatever.
I got a theory, but go ahead, Lucas. Go ahead.
But one thing I do want to see WrestleMania do, and I think this would draw attention to their product. Make an Ultimate X match at WrestleMania.
So you just want TNA all over WrestleMania is what you're saying?
If you want the partnership to work and if you want to stick it to AEW because they claim that their partnership was the end-all be-all, even though it was fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
That's my
showcase one of their top matches on the grandest stage of them all.
Is this TNA more NXT TNA or WWE TNA?
I think we still have yet to find that out because
that's what I'm really confused about.
We're not even a month into this partnership, Keith.
So just be patient.
Be patient, and I think you might see people. If Joe Hendry pops up on the main roster, then that kills everything. That kills any.
Yeah, that's what. Thank you, Lucas. That's what I want to see. Maybe that's what I'm waiting for. I need to see somebody from TNA show up on Raw or SmackDown. There we go.
Absolutely.
Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. That helps me out. Okay. Now we're good. All right. That helps me out.
But if you really want to showcase TNA, pull one of their top matches. It doesn't have to be Ultimate X. It could be King of the Mountain for all.
And don't forget Moose is the X Division. Oh, that's even better.
I know
Moose and Mania.
I know Chris would love to see Moose at WrestleMania.
I thought Moose was gonna be in the Rumble.
Bro,
I really did.
If you thought I marked out before, but when Moose show up, I'm going off. And I know John don't want to see it. I do. Whoa. I've been wanting to see Moose I've been wanting to see Moose in WWE since Mickey James showed up in the Royal Rumble. And I've been said that.
If Moose shows up.
If you give me Moose and Roman Reigns, I'm done. That's it. Take my money. Take my money. Take it.
And we've been talking about that match happening for years.
Take my money.
I've seen Moose in TNA, and I've seen him come up from when he first debuted all the way up to now. And my man has been on, he's been one of the most consistent stars in TNA.
For real. I'm not the biggest TNA fan, but I will watch a Moose.
And he lost a lot of weight, too, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He lost a lot of weight. Y'all remember when he first came into TNA? He was a big dude. He put a lot of – he has been working out.
Hey. His TNA title run was good. I don't care what nobody.
Oh man, by far it was one of the good. Yo, the ring entrances was when he turned heel. Y'all remember Moose was a face at one time.
Yeah.
He was because when he had that program with Mike Bennett, because Mike Bennett was the one that brought him into TNA, and he was like his bodyguard.
Wait. Yeah, but hold on. But Mike Bennett never had the title though, right?
No. He
okay.
He brought Moose in as his
Moose in as his bodyguard, yeah.
As his bodyguard, but then he turned on Moose.
Yeah.
And that's when Moose turned to face.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's when the Moose run started. That's when he was a bigger dude, but then Moose turned heel. And Moose became one of the best heels in TNA. Bruh. It got to the point where he faced Kenny Omega. He faced Kenny Omega at a pay-per-view.
I would tell you like this: Moose is one of the TNA GOATs.
He truly is. He's never jumped. He's always been there.
He's always been loyal.
He's always been loyal. That's the one thing about Moose. He's always been loyal. I follow him on Instagram. Dude is like, because I work out everything. I mean, I ain't gonna get like Moose, but hey, just watching him, get his body right and everything, Moose has definitely came up a long way.
Motherfucker, you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want to look like Moose, you can look like Moose.
I say like this. You know what? Moose had the opportunity to leave, and he chose not to.
He did. Exactly. He had the opportunity to leave.
People forgot that. He had the opportunity to leave, and he chose not to. He didn't go to AEW. He didn't even go to WWE. He chose not to leave. He
stayed home. I love that about him.
Remember, he said it's because he's too loyal.
I said the same thing about Bray Wyatt. May God rest his soul.
That's the reason why you're doing the show, Lucas.
That's why you're hosting.
And don't fucking forget about it either. Because I always said he would never go to AEW.
That you did. That you did.
Rest in peace, man.
But that's not why this bet happened.
That is why the bet happened.
That's why.
I said he would eventually show up in WWE again.
You had both of them. You said he was never
going
to AEW.
I think the main one.
And he's gonna come back to WWE.
I think the main one was him coming back to WWE, if I recall. But yeah, both of those were part of it though. Because I do remember Chris even getting in the group chat saying, "Man, I'm gonna hate it, but I know he's gonna show up tonight and this and that."
Because they said he was damn near all but motherfucking signed, but I'm so glad I was wrong.
They said the same thing about Gargano, and look where he ended back in WWE.
Oh, we knew. I never thought Gargano.
They've been wanting Kevin Owens. They've been wanting Kevin Owens for the last fucking 4 years, and every time there's talks of his contract expiring, bam, he resigns, and then all
same thing with Finn Balor. Same thing with Finn Balor. He resigned.
Finn, and then he always resigns, and then you got these versions talking about we never really wanted them anyway. Yeah, because why would they downgrade to the minors?
I'm sorry. AEW wanted Prince Nare. I don't care what nobody fucking say. Yeah, they did.
Some dude on Twitter tried to say that Ricky Starks debuting in NXT wasn't the flex that everybody thinks it is. And mind you, this dude's handle, I don't even remember the rest of it, but all I had to see was All Elite. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Can I ask y'all this?
So it's not a flex. It's not a flex. Hold on. Before you go off, it's not a flex debuting in NXT, but what the fuck does it mean if you debut in Dynamite? Please enlighten me.
No, I'm not going off. No, I just want to ask this question, and I want both of y'all to ask it in the most honest way. And I'm not even trying to dog AEW or anything like that. But what I'm asking but this is what I know. This is why I asked Ricky this. So I'm gonna ask y'all that. Like, there's a lot more detractors in AEW now. You know what I mean?
There's a lot more people jumping from AEW to WWE.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're seeing it very frequently now.
And you've had two major ones. Cody started it. So what I'm asking is, what is going on to where also, and also I need to ask this other thing. So it's two questions. Now you have people that's either leaving AEW, coming to WWE, or they're going to TNA, or you have people leaving WWE and they're going to TNA. So what is happening in AEW now that, okay, everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that's a good payday, but what is this going to boost? What is it going to do for my career?
Go ahead, Keith.
I mean, it's just what is there left in AEW to offer? I mean, you look at the storylines. I'm like, you see people that haven't been on TV for a minute.
Yeah,
you haven't. You haven't seen. There's a lot of people. Britt Break, she's disappeared.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen a lot of stars that have disappeared, and then it's like, where have they gone? Keith Lee.
He can't stay healthy.
Hey, he can't stay healthy to save his life. He hasn't been on TV. And it's like you're seeing the same stars. It's like, why am I seeing the same? I don't know where the hell happened to Ulrich Cassidy. He disappeared too.
But do you feel like they're doing the same thing Vince was doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they was leaving motherfuckers in catering and shit like that. And also, you seeing the way this is at the way now it's starting to come out a lot that TK is an asshole. You know, Britt Baker came out against him. Britt Baker came out against him. Ray Phoenix and Pimpin came out against him. Ricky Starks came out against him.
The problem is Tony Khan.
What?
The problem is Tony Khan.
No, I get that. I know that's true, but you're starting to hear a lot more people coming out against him. But then there's people that's gonna defend him. Like, I feel like the people that's defending him are the ones he's paying the most.
Exactly. Which are all the ex-WWE guys. Like,
but no, I get that. But Edge. But you really look. But I'm sorry, but Edge looks really bad in AEW. That don't even look like Edge. And I don't mean that from a physical standpoint. I'm talking about mannerisms, his character, the way he speaks. He sounds like he sounds like a tool now. He sounds like a corporate kiss ass.
Yeah, he's trash.
It just this whole storyline he got with Moxley, tonight they made it official. It's going to be Moxley versus Cope for a Revolution for the AEW World Title.
Cope.
The
rated R Cope.
I was like,
because that's exactly what AEW fans do on a daily is cope with how shitty that shit is.
I was like, I don't.
Oh, come on, bro. Alex Bregman.
Bro, what about
Red Sox?
Lucas? What about Wrestle? I know you. We discussed the WrestleMania matches soon.
What about
WrestleMania prediction matches?
Yeah. What about them? We've talked about them.
Well, I'm talking. You said outcome. I'm talking about matches. What matches do you think we're going to see? Because I had two matches in particular.
Look, I personally would like to see one of the mid-card belts being defended in a ladder match.
And that's what I was going to get to. Jimmy Uso's going to win the U.S. title in the ladder match.
I would like Money in the Bank to come back at WrestleMania, but
I would like to see that too.
I would like to see it. I think every fan wants to see Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, but it's his own pay-per-view. So
I think people want to see Money in the Bank come back at WrestleMania, have somebody win that night, and cash in the same night.
Yeah, but the problem is now it's his own show. That's the problem.
No, I know. I'm saying,
and
I stick. Then yeah,
it was the Money in the Bank ladder match was the highlight of WrestleManias in the past. It was the highlight, and it gave like 6 or 7 wrestlers something to do. The Intercontinental Championship, I believe Sheamus is going to win the title at WrestleMania.
One match I can see happening would be like a tag team, like Turmoil on the SmackDown side.
I see Jacob and Braun Strowman happening.
I
see that happening in a street fight.
I see that at Falls Count Anywhere.
Street fight, Falls Count Anywhere, same shit.
Last man standing right. You right.
Yeah.
Let's do a Hell in a Cell, Falls Count Anywhere.
Right. I need that bitch to look like a tornado hit that motherfucker.
That's going to be Fatu's coming out party. Is going to be Mania.
As it should be.
And I think he faces Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam. I can see Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu at SummerSlam.
I think we're going to see AJ versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania.
I would like that.
So Sheamus is never going to win the Intercontinental Championship.
We don't care.
Don't care.
Hey,
it's like,
don't care.
I love Sheamus.
Me
but
too.
Don't care.
But don't care.
But don't care.
I'm a Sheamus fan too.
You know what? You know what? If Sheamus not gonna win it, then scratch that. If John Cena's not gonna win the Intercontinental title, then Sheamus don't need to. Don't care.
I keep on forgetting Cena never won it. I would keep forgetting Cena never won the Intercontinental Championship. That's crazy. Wow, that's actually crazy. He never won the Intercontinental Championship.
Neither did the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that is true.
And guess what? If Cena
neither did Hulk Hogan.
If Cena were to win the Intercontinental belt right now, guess what? Don't care.
Right, don't care.
Another rumor match I heard was, and I posted in the chat, Bayley versus Roxanne.
That I did see. That's probably going to happen because
I wouldn't be mad at that. I would like to see that Roxanne Perez versus Bayley.
Both of them thick as shit.
I need Charlotte to challenge Tiffany Stratton.
It's gonna happen.
I need Charlotte. Charlotte is. I wish Charlotte didn't win it. Y'all know I love Charlotte, but I wish she didn't win the Royal Rumble.
I would be too. I wish she didn't win, but all signs were pointing to it. We knew that was pretty much predictable that she was going to end up winning.
It was, but I wasn't a fan of it. I'd rather had Liv win it.
It's like every time she comes back, she gets a title opportunity. Like she can be out for 10 years and still come back and be.
She's her dad.
Yeah,
she's her dad.
Does she beat Stratton at WrestleMania?
No,
probably.
No.
I do not need her to win that. No. Let Stratton win. Let Stratton win.
No. Give Stratton some time with that belt.
Thank you. Let Stratton win. Now the women's world title match. Now that's going to be interesting because I've heard 2 or 3 possibilities. I'm hearing Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. I'm hearing Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I think we're getting Bianca versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania.
Me too.
I think it's gonna happen, but it's gotta be. And you know what? It may set up at the Chamber.
That could be it too.
I think they're gonna set it up at the Chamber. They got to drop the women's tag team titles before then. I think the plan is to drop the women's tag team titles before then, and then set up. And then Cargill's gonna come back. How do you think she reveals the video? She comes out. How do you think she does it?
I think it's gonna be a Triple H type, Shawn Michaels type situation with the video reveal.
Yeah.
So we get Bianca Belair full heel. It's time to pull. It's time.
I mean, the Street Profits just turned heel.
It's time.
But remember the first time they turned heel, and then with Bobby Lashley, and then that lasted all of 2 weeks.
The Pride.
Yeah, but they're probably going to be taking a little more serious, hopefully. With them beating the fuck out of both tag teams at the Rumble, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting on that Montez Ford solo.
Man, keep waiting.
Might be waiting a while, brother.
You'll be waiting like the Chronic album. Keep waiting.
Right.
It's like we're never going to get the Montez.
You're going to be waiting a whole while for that.
Yeah, man. I don't see the Montez push coming anytime soon, unfortunately. I hate that. I really do hate that, but if it is to happen by now, it's just they're just gonna keep them as a tag team. But I at some point it's just like, you know. But I definitely see Bianca, and I can see Bianca attacking Naomi.
Definitely.
I can see Bianca.
When she's revealed as the attacker, then I could see Naomi looking at her like weird, and then Bianca just says, "Fuck, I'm gonna whoop her ass too."
And just beat her down, or they lose the tag team titles. And she beats her down.
Bianca snap. Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen. I think they're gonna lose the tag team titles, and I think after the match,
that has to happen first for everything to make sense. Because if she attacks her while they're still tag champs, then it just makes zero sense.
Let her attack her first, and then Jade Cargill reveals that Bianca wasn't the one that attacked her, or do Jade first, and then split the tag teams.
Yeah, Jade first.
Yeah, I wanted that. So we got those 2 women matches. I know. I think the women's Intercontinental and the women's United States title. I don't think you'll see those. I think they'll be on the pre-show if they do one. If they'll probably be pre-show. One of the tag team titles will probably be not defended either. But I can see the U.S. I'm telling you, the moment I'm seeing right now is Jimmy with the U.S. title hugging Jay with the World Heavyweight Championship. To end Mania. It's gonna be like the Benoit Guerrero thing. I think it's gonna be
like the Who and Guerrero thing. the Who and Guerrero what?
Yeah, the Who and Guerrero. What are you talking about?
Vacant and Guerrero.
The Who?
But I know of him as Player One.
Yeah, I don't know who you talking about. Player One.
I think we get a Jay and Jimmy celebrate with the titles at the end of Mania.
I think we get a Jay and Jimmy celebrating with the titles, and I think we get Roman in that ring with them too.
congratulating them.
A moment and you see the confetti and everything come down. And you see,
where the students are now the
masters.
The masters, right?
Crazy, yeah. Jimmy, I like the push Jimmy's getting. I like this. I like this push he's getting because it's like he's getting good matches. He's getting better, and I think it's going to lead to him getting the United States Championship.
I just hope that it don't get to where Jimmy feel like he's being in the shadow of now. I was in the shadow of Roman. Now I got to be in the shadow of my brother.
Yeah.
I think this should have been the year that they turned them against each other with what Jay is going through instead of last year. Kind of like what happened with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy when Jeff Hardy won the title.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that.
But no, they already fought one time and have fought for the last couple of years. I don't think
they might have another match down the line, but the runs that they're having now, I think they'll be good. I don't think I think Jimmy wins the U.S. title, but I don't think it's going to be a long title run. I really don't. I probably maybe a month or two, but I think he drops it after that, and that's it. So, I mean, he could challenge. Hey, you could see Jimmy versus Jay for the World Heavyweight Championship at one point. You could. I mean, that's another direction. Once Jay wins the World Heavyweight Championship, you got a whole bunch of matches that you can do.
Yeah, but the only thing I see is the show coming to an end. So it was a pleasure being the host. Next time, don't lose fucking bets. Unless the world wants me to host another show, we don't ask for it again.
Keith, when you want me to host, I'll host, dog. But I ain't gonna be one of those. Oh man, can I host? Nah, this cool.
Yeah, hey, I like this concept. We're gonna run this back. We're gonna run this back a couple episodes. I like that.
Fuck the Lakers.
Yeah, you're right as fuck us.
Hey, they showed the Luka pass, but he was passing to LeBron that one night. He was smiling when he passed to him, like, "Hey, this is life." He's like, hey, "I love it."
Man was so giddy that he saw LeBron down court.
Yo, he was giddy. Yo, he smiled from ear to ear.
Hey, Lucas, your boy is playing. Damn, y'all getting 30. Y'all, they're getting 30 burgers by the Jazz, and everybody playing.
Have they announced Giannis as a replacement in the All-Star game yet?
Yeah, Trae Young.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Trae Young is replacing Giannis, and Kyrie is replacing Anthony Davis.
Okay. Yeah, I knew about the Anthony Davis one. I didn't know about the
Hey, Lucas, your boy is playing tonight. He's actually starting.
Whoa.
Alex Flynn.
He didn't even start, stupid.
Whatever. Ohio State's finest. Fuck off.
Oh, now he's Ohio State's finest. Okay.
He is Ohio State's finest.
The only person who is Ohio State's finest, his name is Jeremiah Smith, sir. Thank you very much.
No, Alex Flynn.
Shout out to the national champions.
Yeah.
Shout out to the national champions.
Shout out to the national champions.
Hey.
As you see Keith. The fucking flag.
Hey, Keith. Yo. I text Lucas on Sunday. I said Ryan Day and Nick Sirianni had a motherfucking angel on their damn back because they got saved.
We hired a defensive coordinator at Ohio State.
Matt Patricia
is a defensive coordinator.
I said God was on their side because they was on their way out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the breakup song for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Who? Yeah, on that note, I'm out of here. Fuck them. Y'all have a good night.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up, bro.
Good night, man. I'm out this bitch.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up.
I'm about to go play Days Gone.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the chat. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up here, man. So a couple of things. Hey, shout out to Lucas for hosting tonight, man. Hey, I actually like that idea. It gave me a rest. Gave my voice a nice rest tonight, so I appreciate it, man. So, anyways, let me wrap this up. A couple of news and notes. Saturday is Vengeance Day. I know we didn't go over the whole card, but I will post that in the Wrestling Talk Radio Instagram page. I do know big matches are coming up on Saturday. Vengeance Day. Oba Femi's defending the NXT title against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in a triple threat match. Also, the NXT North American Women's Championship is on the line. Fallon Henley is defending against Stephanie Van Coor. We also have Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams in a strap match. The tag team titles will be defended, and I apologize. I forgot the other guy's name. It was going to Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus Josh Briggs and I forgot his tag team partner name. I apologize, but they will be having the tag team title, NXT tag team title match. Also, the NXT Women's Championship will be defended in a fatal 4-way. You have Julia defending against Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, and Bayley. And then there's another, Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. NXT Vengeance Day, special start time is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on Saturday. You can catch that on Peacock. So make sure y'all check that out. Also, AEW is having their show in Australia. It's called the what's the show called? I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. I apologize, y'all. I should have been more ready for this. I didn't really have a lot of stuff up because I was not hosting the show today. So I apologize if I was not prepared. So the title is, what's the name of the show? Anyways, it's a show in Australia. This show, it's coming on after the NBA All-Star game on Saturday night, so it's gonna be late when it comes on. So I know that's probably not gonna come on. It's like 11 o'clock. So I'll even stay up for that. But they got that coming up. Also, Elimination Chamber is coming up March 1st. A couple more qualifying matches to come up for that. So we got that coming up. A lot of good stuff coming up. WrestleMania season is here, ladies and gentlemen. The road to WrestleMania is here. So a lot of roads to go. We'll probably do another show in a couple of weeks before the Elimination Chamber. And we'll probably have the WrestleMania card more kind of figured out by Elimination Chamber. But I think mostly after Elimination Chamber that the final card will kind of be filled out. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I'm out of here. I got to work in the morning. I think like everybody else does. But I thank y'all for tuning in. Sean did not come on the show. Sean, we'll catch you around next time. I hope you tuned in and catch a couple of highlights from the show. But make sure y'all follow us as always. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, where I keep everything updated with the latest and greatest wrestling. Thank you so much for everybody who has followed the page. I really appreciate it. We have the 5-year anniversary show coming up in June. I want to do something special for the show. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I do want to give some money away. But we'll see how that works out when it comes closer to that. We'll figure something out. So, anyways, this show was dedicated to my late father, Thomas Gilliam. Dad, I love you and I miss you. This show was done in your honor. I miss you. Thank you for giving me life. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Thank you for teaching me how to be a man. There's not a day that I go by that you are not on my mind, Dad. I love you and I miss you. Tell Mom I said hello. Tell Curtis I said hello. Tell Grandma I said hello. We all miss you down here, Dad. And I'm going to see you soon. All right. I'm out of here, y'all. We signing out. As we always say here at Wrestling Talk Radio, we're not just wrestling fans. We're wrestling fans. Until next time, y'all have a good night. Take care of each other. Love each other. Defeat hate. Good night, y'all.